Welcome back, everyone, to Highlighted in All Sports Culture podcast. Today, we're joined by Michael Brown, current Ohio basketball player and the man who lives on my For You page. Michael, thank you and welcome, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Of course. So, first question. Obviously, like I said, part of the Ohio basketball team. You guys are currently in the NCAA tournament, but obviously with COVID and everything, you guys are now in this bubble. This NCAA March Madness bubble. Obviously, we saw that with the NBA. We saw how that was. What is it like being in the bubble? Is it all that you expected it to be? Is it better? Is it worse? How crazy is it in the bubble?
It's definitely a unique experience. I would say that. It's definitely what I expected. You know, throughout the season, we've been dealing with COVID, so it's kind of like a lot of the same things. But the first 2 days when we got here, they actually put us in quarantine. They actually put us in quarantine for a little bit, and we were able to get through that. And then now we have a little bit more freedom to walk around the bubble, you know, and hang out with a few teammates every now and then. But you know, there's still a lot of rules and stuff behind all of that. But you know, it's definitely a fun experience. It's definitely an experience I won't forget, and yeah, so I like it a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a fun time, you know, hanging out with the boys in the hotel. I saw you did like the ding dong ditch TikTok, which was kind of funny. So it looks like a good time. But
Sure.
yeah, talking about basketball, what was it like winning the mid-conference or mid-American conference tournament? Because obviously you guys were a 5 seed and you ended up winning it. So are you super confident going in? And how much confidence does that bring you going into the NCAA tournament?
That was also an amazing experience. Ohio University hadn't won the MAC tournament in almost a decade, so that's big for our university, for our coach, and actually our coach Jeff Bowles. He won a MAC tournament championship when he was a player at Ohio University, so that was big for him. His second year coaching at Ohio, so just a big one for our team. And we practiced all year. We worked hard just for that moment right there to get there and be able to play and win that championship, and we did it. So it's an amazing experience, and an experience that bonded our teammates together and made us even tighter. And now we're just here where we want to be. We get to play Virginia on Saturday, and we're just ready. You know, it gives us a lot of confidence, but we just know that we just got to go out there, play our game, and just compete to the highest level, and we have a good chance.
Love that.
Yeah, that's awesome, Kurt. I got one thing.
Cool.
That's awesome. So you're talking about Jeff Bowles. You mentioned him. What is it like playing for him?
Jeff Bowles, he's a great guy. I know you guys seen his dance moves. He has a lot of good dance moves and everything. Yeah, he's just a great coach. He's a player's coach. He always looks out for all of the guys. He gives a lot of great tips for everybody. I'm actually a walk-on at Ohio University. My twin brother has a full ride scholarship, and Jeff Bowles was actually a walk-on during his first 2 years at Ohio University. So he treats every single player the exact same. He doesn't show any favoritism. He's just a great overall coach, and I love him. He's a great coach.
Love that. And I know you were talking about obviously going into the conference tournament, you guys, you know, were that 5 seed and the momentum it brought to your team was obviously incredible. Then you're going now into the NCAA tournament. You want to play your game. I currently, my bracket, have you guys, my Sweet 16, have you guys winning 2 games. But for you guys, what's like, obviously the mindset, you know, going to that Sweet 16, obviously, what's the expectation for you guys? You said that you want to play your game. You said that, you know, it's huge for your team winning the conference tournament. What is your guys' expectation? What do you guys think you're capable of doing?
Well, you know, we've been saying this all year. We're going to take it one game at a time. And that's just our whole mindset. We're not really worried. There's so much talk going on. You know, obviously everyone knows about Jason Preston and how good our team has been doing. We've won the last 9 out of 10 games. And there's a lot of hype going around. But our team together, when we meet up, when we do our film sessions, when we talk with our coaches, the main topic is we have to focus on one game at a time, focus on the opponent that's in front of us, and that's Virginia. We play Virginia on Saturday, and they're a great team. We respect them, and we're just ready to go out there and just compete at our best level, and hopefully we can come out with the W.
Love that. And I know you just mentioned him, Jason Preston, obviously, you know, one of the best players in college basketball, and, you know,
Sure.
I think the game that mainly stands out with him is the one early on in the year against Illinois. But if you look at everything he's done over the regular season, he's been unbelievable.
Yes.
So what's it like playing with a guy like Jason Preston? You know, what's it like being his teammate?
it's crazy because like he's a celebrity now, you know what I'm saying? And but Jason Preston, he's always been the same guy ever since I first got to Ohio University last year. Last year he played the same exact way. He was doing actually the same exact numbers and everything, you know. And then his story blew up, and he got a lot of attention once we played Illinois and bigger scores like that. But it's great being his teammate. He's a great guy. He's a humble guy. He's a Christian. He loves God. He's just a great overall person. He supports me and everything I'm doing with my social media and everything. He pops in from time to time in some of my videos, and I love him. He's a great teammate, a great guy. He's gonna go far. He definitely has a lot of potential, and I know he's gonna do very well, very well.
Mike, you're very supportive. I like it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very supportive of your teammates. So now we're kind of just going to ask you a little bit about like just some random game stuff, whatever. What's the best arena you've played in? Obviously, you're a sophomore, so you haven't really been able to play in a packed crowd or anything. But what is the best arena you've played in?
I would say the best arena I've played in. Well, I mean, if we're talking about packed crowds, my freshman year, we played St. Bonaventure. I believe that might've been our first game of my freshman year last year. And I guess it was an anniversary for them or something like that, but their gym was just packed and they had fans, you know, they had the student sections almost on the court, basically there chanting. They had posters with our faces and our Instagrams and anything that we ever did wrong or anything, they had it all there. They were getting so personal, but that was just an insane environment and I loved it. That was probably one of the best arenas and crowd environments I ever played in. But as far as just arenas, I played in the Cleveland Stadium actually about 3 or 4 times now because I actually played in high school. I went to North Star Christian Academy in Rochester, New York, and my coach, he was able to secure us a few games there in that stadium. So I've grown to love it. I love it there. You know, it's a great environment, a nice arena. And so that's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, those Bonnie fans are absurd. I mean, just look at them the whole year and it's crazy. But
I was going to say, I went to Syracuse, so I know all about, like, we were looking up players on the opposing team, what they did, who they knew, their family.
Exactly. Yep.
We would do some crazy shit on there. So I know exactly what you mean. It's funny.
Yeah. So I'll ask you this. I guess we'll go back to the last 2 years. I guess this year specifically. What is like the one game or matchup from this year or last year that really stands out to you and was kind of one of the best games as a team that you guys had?
Some of the best games. Let's think. So obviously Illinois, that was a big game for us. That was a big matchup. Obviously I believe they're ranked number 1 in the country right now. We were able to stick in the game with them for a long time. I think we lost by only 2 points, but that was a huge confidence booster for us early in the season. It showed us that if we play Ohio basketball, that we're able to compete with anyone in the country. And so that was definitely one matchup. And also, I'm trying to think of one other team. Baylor, we played Baylor last year in a tournament, and I believe that was in Myrtle Beach. They were a great team. Obviously, they've been doing very well this year also. And they gave us also another confidence boost because we were able to show proof to ourselves that we can just play with these high major teams, that we're able to compete as long as we just stick together and play Ohio basketball, listen to Coach Jeff Bowles, and just, stick to the plan. We're able to compete with anybody in the country.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Mike, obviously we touched on it a little bit, but how did the TikTok career start? Or, what's all with that? Where are you going with that?
So it's crazy because last year, actually around November, I haven't really been on TikTok around that time. I hadn't been on TikTok for a while, but during November, I spoke with one of my teammates. I'm like, I'm seeing so many people just blowing up on TikTok, just going viral, and it just looks so easy. I'm like, bro, I wanna do that, and then if I do that, maybe I can blow up on YouTube, and maybe I can blow up on Instagram, and who knows, I'll be famous one day. And I'm like, yo, bro, you should do it with me. He's like, some of the teammates are like, bro, you just do it, you do it on your own. And I'm like, sure, I'll do it. So I just started off by just making a few little comedy skits and everything like that, just the regular TikTok stuff. And I got like 1,000 views. I was super excited. Then like the next week, I got 60,000 views. Even more excited. Then all of a sudden, I went outside. This is a funny story. I went outside my dorm at Ohio University, and there's a lot of deer on campus, and the deer aren't afraid of people at all because they're just used to people walking by and everything. And it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I see some deer just outside eating something in the grass or whatever. And I'm like, and I had some rotten apples I was about to throw away. So I'm like, let me just throw a few of them. I started throwing them, and they started walking closer. And, I just started TikTok. I wanted to blow up. I'm like, I'm just going to record them. So I just started throwing it. And I ended up like saying I would hand fed it. I didn't hand feed it in that video. For later on I did. But at the end of the video, I said I rode the deer, and that just blew up. I got like 1.8 million views. I ended up getting like 30,000 followers from that. And so ever since then, I just started creating more content. And now since I've been in the bubble, I've been creating a lot of NCAA content, and people have been loving that. And so now I'm just trying to grow my platform and start my YouTube channel, Ayo, It's Mike. And, that's kind of where I'm going with that. And also I do music. So I've been posting a lot of my music on there, and people have been liking it. A lot of other players in the NCAA have been using my music in some of their TikToks. So that's just a blessing. But yeah, that's kind of where it all originated.
Yeah, that's dope. I know, like, during the NBA bubble, the playoffs, I know Matisse Thybulle had like a YouTube vlogs going, and people loved that. So that's similar to what you're doing. I've seen your stuff on TikTok. It's like day 3 in the NCAA bubble. You're like, I'm bored. You're doing the upside down handstand on the wall. So like, people love that. They love to see a little personality with the players that they root for, So I think you got a pretty good thing going. In terms of, moving on from TikTok, we talk more about going back to your playing career. What's the best player you've played against? Who's the best player you played against? That's pretty much it.
Best player I've played against? Oh man, that's hard. I played against a lot of good players throughout my career. But I'll kind of bring it back to my hometown, Rochester, New York. I have the opportunity to play with a lot of guys that have been making it far and playing in a lot of high major schools, and also in the NBA. I played against and actually with Isaiah Stewart. He was actually my teammate in one of my early days in AAU. He's a really great player. You see him in the NBA right now. He plays for the Detroit Pistons. He's doing very, very, very well. Thomas Bryant, I was a little bit younger than him, but I was able to watch him a lot. He played for Bishop Kearney, a local school in Rochester, New York. He's really good. Anthony Lamb, I was actually able to work out with him a few months ago, actually, when I was back home for a little bit. He's actually got bumped up from the G League to the Rockets team. He's on a 2-way contract deal. He's extremely good guy. He helped me out. He was training us for a little bit. Quentin Rose from Temple, great player from Rochester, New York. He's working on trying to make his way to the league. Who else? I know I'm probably missing a few. Isaiah Carter, he played for Washington with Isaiah Stewart. Great player. He has a lot of potential. He's probably going to go overseas or play in the NBA as well. But and also my twin brother, Miles Brown. He's the 3rd all-time leading scorer in New York State history. So he broke the record for our Rochester, New York in Section 5. He's an all-time leading scorer with over 2,000 points. He's right behind Joe Girard and Lance Stevenson. So
Joe Girard, my Syracuse boy.
Yep, and that was actually his teammate for City Rocks.
Oh,
yeah? Albany City Rocks. So
That's
cool.
Cool.
Those are a lot of great players that I played against, and I would say some of the top players I played against for sure, or played with.
It's big time.
Yeah, Mike, it seems like you're keeping tabs on all your homies, your boys, and you're very positive, and that's really it's gonna lead you to great places in life. I'm not kidding. Like, it's very good that you're staying close to all these people and you're really supporting them.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, this guy does music, TikTok, basketball. Is there anything you can't do, Michael? But I think that'll be it. Anything else you want to add, Sully?
No, I think that's it.
All right, awesome. So yeah, make sure you guys are subscribing to Michael on YouTube. Make sure you're following him on TikTok, Instagram, doing all that. Good luck to Ohio, and good luck to you in tomorrow's game against Virginia. But that'll be it for the Highlighted Podcast. Thank you guys for listening. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.